All right, welcome to our Thursday night team Zoom. We're going to do a little workshop here. So if you ever find yourself running out of content, this will be a good refresher to come back to. I'm going to mute everybody. And then at the end, if you guys have any questions, we can chat then, but I'll just go ahead and get right into it. So I have this sheet pulled up, and some of you guys have already done this sheet. This is from our new coach manual, coach planner. And if you feel like sometimes you don't know what to say, this will help guide you on your voice. So your voice is essentially you and what you like and who you're talking to. So I highly recommend going through this sheet and filling it out at some point. I'm not going to go slow enough so that you could fill it out tonight. But basically the objective part is, why are you a coach? What is the bigger picture that you see for life, for yourself, for other people? How do you want to help other people? That's your objective. Your message and your vision is, what are you trying to say? Like if you had a motto, what is it? You know, what are you trying to show other people? And that's going to be different for everybody. And that's why it's important to do this sheet. Your 5 key focus areas are your interests, aside from just the typical Beachbody stuff. So for me, a good way to say it is, if you had 2 hours to kill with no responsibilities, no kids, no job, no spouse, no nothing, what would you do to fill that time? What do you really enjoy? And maybe, you know, your kids or your spouse are involved. But for me, like an example is makeup and hair. I like, you know, obviously to spend time with my family, to do things with them. I like cooking. I like clothes. I like to find like a good deal, shopping. I like fitness, but not just necessarily like Beachbody or because I'm a coach. It's more like I like dance. I like kickboxing, that kind of stuff. And then the style, design, and visual image. That is the kind of colors that you're drawn to, the kind of like graphics you're drawn to, textures, gold, glitter, maybe brick. You know, it's different for everybody. What do you like? What are you attracted to when you see? Is it more colorful? Is it more muted tones? Is it grays? Is it bright green? Like, what is your style? A good way to look at this is, if you went into your closet, what colors do you see in there a lot? I see a lot of black, pink, and blue. I just, for whatever reason, I always buy those colors because that's what I'm drawn to. And then your audience, I'm sorry that if I'm speeding through this, guys, you'll be able to go back to the recording and slow it down, or even go to the new Coach Kickoff recording that we did. We spent a lot of time on this sheet. Your audience is the people that you're talking to because they're like you. And that's going to be, you know, different for everybody. So I'll just go through mine. I talk to moms. I like to talk to women. I prefer talking to women. Women who need to lose baby weight. Women who need more purpose. Moms that decide maybe they want to stay home or just have more choice. They want to be more. They feel like they've kind of lost themselves. They're driven, but they don't know where to go. And they like to have fun. So that's who I'm talking to. That's my audience. And that's who I'm going to drive my posts towards. And if you're trying to talk to everybody, then you're going to talk to nobody. And then my tone, your tone, the second part down here, your tone is just kind of how you are as a person. I try to make my posts positive, fun, kind of mom-driven, happy, that I want more out of life and I want more for other people. And confidence. So yours might be more nurturing. Maybe yours is more funny or witty or silly, or, you know, whatever your tone is up to you. But this is a really great exercise to find more of your voice. You're not trying to please everybody. You're trying to basically talk to people like you because you'll enjoy working with them more. And then once you do that sheet, guys, you could come back and do the ideal customer, because I feel like they're out of order personally. So the ideal customer one, if I can scroll fast enough, that's your some people call it an avatar. I know Megan White calls it a Waldo. This is basically the profile of the person that you are talking to the most, your ideal customer. So I'm not going to go through this. It's very self-explanatory. But that'll give you more direction on your post. So I'm going to switch gears here. I'm going to close that. And we're going to go into, whoops. Hold on, let me try again. Figured it would just jump over, but it didn't. Okay, can you guys see that, the post generator sheet? Okay, so I posted this below our Zoom photo. So if you want to go back and print this, you're more than welcome to. Just save it. You can email it to yourself or drop it in your Google and print from there. I print everything from my phone anymore, so I just find that easier. But so I have 8 topics, and I'm going to go through the first 4, and then I'll go through the second 4, and then we're actually going to make a schedule together. So smart people take notes, have something to write with, or if you printed this sheet off, we're going to go through it together. But there's several different topics that you want to be posting about, and Sandy talked about this earlier. I think it was this week. She went and made like a tally of the different things she's talking about. And something that really successful coaches do is they speak to the objections they hear, they speak to the concerns people have. So some of these are going to fall into those topics. So I've got random posts, coach objections, coach favorites, avatar topics, that's your ideal customer, food posts, challenger objections, fitness favorites, and then real life. So I'm going to go through some of the ones that I've filled in, and if some of these cross over, you're welcome to use them, but I would try to come up with some that go with your interests, your brand, like I just talked about. So random posts. These are things that just kind of like pop up. Maybe like, what's your outfit of the day? I did that a while back. Or shoes, maybe a new thing that you got, like a gadget, something about the weather, your favorite cheat meal. This is just kind of like random stuff. And that list could be shorter or longer depending on how much random stuff that you post or how random stuff that you like to post. But you want to put things out there because all your posts should either be engaging, educational, or entertainment. And you want to kind of sprinkle them out. So you'll see that I do like questions a lot to get engagement and get people talking. And those really boost your affinity, but you also want to talk about yourself and share your life. So the next one is coach objections. And these are going to be like when you're presenting the coaching opportunity, what are those things that you hear that people say, it won't work for me because? And the Bonnie Engel video is full of those, but I would definitely use the ones you personally hear. My biggest one that I hear is, I don't have time. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to show how I have time. I'm going to show how you guys have time. I'm going to show how everybody's busy, but we make time this way, okay? I'm not at my goal weight because I'm not. So I talk about that. I want to show that you can be a successful coach, that you can do anything, and you don't have to be this perfect epitome of a look, that you don't have a business background, you know, or because I went to school to be a teacher, that I wouldn't be good at that because I don't, know anything about fitness and nutrition. That I don't post on Facebook. I don't like to post on Facebook. I don't want to sell people. This is a pyramid scheme. I would never succeed. What are others going to think of me? I'm not really into fitness, or I'm not good at it. I don't really like to work out. So that's where you fit in those things that you hear all the time. And if you guys want to use the chat to throw some other ones in that you hear, I don't have the money is another good one. I'm like, well, you don't have the money, but you can have the money by being a coach. So just kind of start filling those in, those objections that you personally hear. And you can always, pull out the ones from the objections video and the objections sheet if you don't get a lot yourself. But explain how you're overcoming those obstacles that people think. Okay, so what are your favorite things about being a coach? I feel like this isn't talked about enough. And it always is when we come around an event like Super Saturday or Summit, or when we go on the trips, but it's good to talk about it all the time. So the accountability that you have towards working towards your business or even your fitness, that you get to pay it forward, that you're inspiring change in others, the friendships, the team culture, the trips we get to go on, that you have a sense of purpose, the better control over your finances, the freedom to work wherever and whenever. And I can't see the other one because this thing's in the way. Hold on. Being your own boss. So those are going to change depending on where you're at on your coaching journey. When I was first coaching and working, the objections and the favorites were a little bit different. Now they're, it's always going to mold and change depending on where you're at in your business. Now I just talk more about just being present for my kids and being there and not having to go anywhere, especially on Mondays. I hate Mondays. I know everybody hates Mondays. Most people anyway. Okay, so then topics based on your ideal customer or your brand. So this is where you really talk to yourself. Someone said, you always know what to say. You have the best post, because I'm just talking to me. I'm talking to the person I am. I'm talking to the person that I was. I'm talking to, I'm being the coach that I need, especially those days when you don't feel like it, or when you really do feel like it. Just be that person that you need to hear. So just some ideas. This is all based on mom, but like hearing mom 20 times in a row, mom, 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 and just telling funny stories, or, snuggling in the morning, or Lily sometimes wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and she's a huge grouch, or having guilt. Moms have the worst guilt. Or finding yourself again after, I feel like now I'm kind of coming out of this season of being pregnant and nursing for like ever. I felt like I was forever, and now I'm coming out of that. So just finding who you are again. Pinteresting or being an Amazon Prime mom. Working mom guilt. Having alone time, growing up fast, maybe reconnecting with your spouse. This is just all for my specific avatar. So I said I would share my list with you. Yours could be completely different, but I want you to definitely share yours. You guys are seeing 5 and 8? Oh my gosh. I'm showing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Why is this being so goofy? Thank you. Someone should have said something sooner. This is the one I'm showing. Dang it. Okay, so I'm showing 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can share this as well in the team page. So these are random posts, coach objections, coach favorites, and avatar topics. All right, I don't know if I said this one, but growing really fast. That's definitely something that moms see with their kids. So just talk about where you're at in your life and things that you connect with as a person, because the people that are like you will connect with you. And if they don't connect with you, they're not like you, and that's okay. You're not everybody's flavor of ice cream. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to switch over now. I'm so sorry that you guys couldn't follow along, but I'm going to switch back to 5 through 8. Hopefully is that what you're seeing, Randy? Are you seeing 5 through 8 now again? Okay, so food posts. Now, some of you guys might not like to cook, and I would pull up Sandy as a great example of that. She will show cool food that she orders out, and how it's healthy. I love that she does that because she talks about how she doesn't like to cook. I feel like people want to see what you eat or how you put things together because that's a huge component of health and fitness. My suggestion though, along with these posts, when you're taking pictures of food, make it look appetizing. If it doesn't look appetizing, don't post it, okay? And when you're taking a photo of food, if you can put it next to natural or bright light, do so. If it's really dark and dim in your house, go like take your plate next to a light. If it's super dark, it just doesn't look good. So that's just my biggest kind of thing I notice about food. Not saying I'm perfect, but I do notice that a lot. Put it next to natural light or as bright of a light as you can get. All right, so talk about your go-to meals. What are those things that you just are staples in your life? Tips for budget shoppers. You know, what's a really good find that you found at the grocery store or Aldi? Or a place out to eat that's healthy and inexpensive? What's a recipe you can make over that is usually unhealthy, but you're making it better? Something that's kid-friendly. Creative ways to get your water in, or how do you track your water? Meal prep tips if you do meal prep. What does your grocery cart look like then or now? I've never done it, but I've always thought of like snapping a picture of someone's grocery cart that's like full of crap. But I don't know. I'm not bold enough to do that, I guess. But you kind of look at the grocery cart next to the person, right? Holiday recipes, especially makeovers or something healthy you can bring to a party, or like really cute holiday themed veggie trays, that goes over really well. Your spouse's plate versus your plate, or your kid's plate versus your plate. Benefits of a particular food. Balance. People love to see when you indulge. They do. So those are some ideas with food. I love talking about food and posting about food, which is half my problem. So that one's easy for me to fill in. Okay, challenge your objections. So the same with coaching. If you get the same objections over and over again, talk about it. When I am getting a lot of Shakeology objections, I go back and I realize I haven't been talking about it. When I talk about it, I don't get as many objections. So I'll hear, I don't have time, quick workouts. How did you fit in a quick workout? I loved Teresa's the other day. She did a 30-minute workout right before she took her kids to school. I don't have money. So that's a big one. And right now we have a ridiculous deal with the on-demand challenge pack, which just the on-demand part ends up being like less than $4 a month. That's crazy. I'm not a shake person. Or I don't like to drink my meals. Make a smoothie bowl, make Shakeology bites. Megan's are phenomenal. They always taste amazing. You know, you can do other stuff. Not committing. How do you keep yourself committed? You know, you share your little tips and tricks, how you've failed and overcome failing, you know, like a comeback, that you don't diet, that you don't starve, that you don't just drink your calories, that you, you know, that's such a huge misconception, that you eat real food and you like your food and it tastes good, that you are out of shape and how you get back into shape, being busy, like even talking about different spaces of working out. I had a girl tell me she didn't have enough room in her house to work out. And I'm like, you don't have like at least 3 feet? I think you can manage 3 feet. So living in an apartment or somewhere smaller, or I like wine too much. I like chocolate too much. I like junk food too much. I hate vegetables. Have you heard that? I've heard, I hate vegetables. Okay, have Shakeology. So talk about those challenger objections that you hear. Fitness favorites. So what are your favorite things about working out? Or even like, what are your favorite fitness products too that help you with your workouts, like a heart monitor or whatever. So my favorite thing about workouts is stress reliever. It's me time. Talk about, you can't pour from an empty cup, so you need to take care of yourself first. That you're feeling strong, proving that you can do it, that you have control. The accountability of your challenge group, working out from home, or, taking the Beachbody On Demand anywhere that you can, take it to a hotel or outside, that you don't need a lot of equipment. Being a good example to your children that you're the best shape of your life, that you can do it in 30 minutes or less. Non-scale victories, fitting back into whatever clothes or things that now fit. So after Evelyn was born, I took a photo of a stack of jeans that are like waiting for me. Not there yet, but when I do get there, I'm going to post about it. Well, I think they're more like pre-Lily jeans. But anyways, okay. And then just things about real life. And so this is where I ask a lot of opinions, and I ask a lot of questions, because I want my following to engage with me. And if I'm asking questions about things that I'm interested in, I'm going to get people engaging with me that are interested in that too. And then it really helps to expand my network with like-minded people. So asking opinions about hair products, hairstyles, hair colors, your outfits, showing that you have your Shakeology on the go, that or even like when you're faced with, should I eat this donut, or should I, just drink some extra water and have my planned meal that I was going to have before. Talking about laundry. I hate laundry. Or dishes or chores. Like I'll say, what age do your kids do chores? Because I hate doing dishes. So our 10 and 11-year-old do the dishes because I hate dishes. Opinions on, nail color, favorite brands, questions, recommendations, what should I do? Those just go over really well. People love to give their opinion. If you don't believe me, go ask if people prefer Apple or Android, if they prefer iPhones or Androids. And it's like a frenzy. People freak out because they're so opinionated. Share your favorite fail, something that you just totally screwed up. I did that once with like this dessert that I tried to make off of Pinterest. What are the best gifts? Just lots of questions. You really want to get to know who is following you, and that really helps give you something easy to talk about in those private messages. Okay, so from here, gosh, I've been talking forever. Then these can just go over into, sorry, I got to open up another thing, guys. Okay, I'm going to try to line these out. Randy, please tell me if you can't see this. I have 4 weeks of posts laid out. So where's the other one? All right, I'm going to try to go in order here. All right, so somehow I missed Monday and Tuesday, but whatever. So in the first week, and you're trying to post about, 2 to 4 times a day. Not every day you're going to have that many, and some days maybe you have more, but you're just trying to get out, especially at different times of the day and at different topics. So let's say the first week, now you just start plugging those in. That's lifestyle, fitness, coaching, and then giving value or others. So picture of your kids, maybe telling a story, sharing something from your personal development and how it related to your workout. Maybe it helped get your mindset right. And these are just examples, and I can share these with you guys too. Then take something that you love about your challenge groups, something that someone said or shared on like a victory that they had. And then the next day, share your favorite healthy product. Invite to a challenge group. So, and that can be, you're talking about something that happened in your challenge group and you're saying you can join the next one, or you're posting your workout accountability and saying, If you want to join us, this is how, or maybe it's more just like a straightforward kind of ad for your challenge group. It doesn't really matter. And sometimes people on Thursdays do Throwback Thursdays. Sharing a favorite healthified cheat meal and talking about the 80-20 lifestyle, the balance. And then the next day talking about your fear of sharing your story. I know that that's a big one. I was so terrified the first time I shared a before and after. I felt like everybody was going to judge me, but I ended up getting so much support. So if you guys haven't done that yet, where you share before and after, I encourage you to do it and just kind of get over that hump. What surprised you most when you became a coach? The next day, talk about weekend plans. Talk about your workout, how you fit it in around your busy lifestyle, around your family on the weekends. Maybe share your shake. Share your recipe for it in a pretty glass with a cool straw that you got at Hobby Lobby. You know, this is just stuff that I do. Something funny that your kids did or your husband did or whatever, sister. And then, you know, invite to a challenge group again. Melanie Mitro, when she's inviting to her challenge group, she posts, she weaves it into her posts every day for 7 days. She talks about it every day for 7 days. It takes 6 to 8 times for someone to hear something before it clicks. So you constantly have to be talking about it. Not everybody's going to see all your posts. If you don't believe me, I will show you my, when I do a live video or post any video, it shows you how many views you have on it. I'm inching up towards 5,000 friends on Facebook. And when I post a video, I think 500 people will see it because Facebook isn't showing everybody all your stuff. Only about 13% will see just any given post. So you have to keep that in mind. You might have to repeat yourself. But that's where like your engaging posts, your questions, your things that a lot of people are commenting on, that's why those are so important. And you'll see me do that before I talk about a challenge group. So I'll ask, like the other day I asked about intermittent fasting, was not expecting that to blow up. But then after that, you bet I'm going to be talking about my challenge group because I know the most people are going to see it. When a lot of people have engaged with you, the chances of them seeing your next posts are higher. So if you have, because I have them all the time, if you have a post that's a complete dud, like not a lot of people are liking it, not a lot of people are engaging with it, my next post after that will not be talking about my challenge group because that's just how it is. But also, if you do like a challenge group ad, like you'll see, I'll say, Busy Women Wanted, and I will talk specifically about my challenge group. I'll probably get the least likes on those, but I know people are seeing them. So don't assume that because a lot of people aren't engaging with a post that they're not seeing it. That's just kind of how it is. So it's definitely something to play with, but I want you to make sure you're getting a lot of variety in your posts. And spreading it out between your life, you know, real life in your life, your fitness, your coaching, and giving value to others. So I want to give time for questions and stuff. So I'm not going to go through these other 3 weeks, but I can post them in the page and you can take a look at that. But definitely, you know, talk to your brand, talk to your ideal customer. All right, so I'm going to stop the share. Do you guys have any questions? You can unmute yourself. I'm sorry if I rushed, but I was trying to keep the time good. Could you guys see everything okay? Okay, I know the text was small, so I'll share that with you.
I really like this. Thank you for doing that. This is probably one of the areas that I struggle with the most because I don't find myself to be all that interesting. So
you are though.
My husband just said, "Oh, I do." Barf.
I know.
But, I think it's like, we're our own worst critic. So to me, I'm not that interesting. So,
But that person that's like you, that needs you, will find you very interesting.
Yeah.
It's the Randy Show. Well, do you want to share anything that you guys find works really well? Any extra tips that you have? Whatever.
I have found lately that just being like totally real and honest about everything, no matter what, doesn't always have to be happy. Just how real life is helps so much, because I think people can relate to that so much. And I think I got in a slump there because I wish everything was happy, but that's not life. We're not always have that going on. And so I've been sharing a lot about like my sewer problem and my just being a mom of a teenage boy, and how some days that actually totally 100% sucks. And people can relate to that because they've been through it. And I think sharing that stuff helps so much.
Yeah, I agree.
But I love these sheets because I sometimes find it hard to decide what I want to post on. And then you find yourself repeating yourself a lot. And these will help so much to get different areas.
I know I put on a good facade. Like, I'm super unorganized on the back end. And this is just a good way to say, okay, what am I really, like, I know I think what I'm posting about, but what am I really posting about? And just do an audit of your page. And do like tallies. Like, am I talking about fitness?
I like to do that every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I go through and just like do a 15-second scroll. What the heck would people see if they went to my Facebook wall?
Yeah. But also you want to make sure that if somebody goes to your page, that they do see, that you have a challenge group to offer, that you're on your own journey, that you're a real person, just you want to make sure you blanket and cover all the topics so that somebody does see that. If you're struggling to fill your challenge group, have you talked about it? Like, have you even mentioned it lately? Whenever I'm struggling with something, I'll go back and see that I didn't actually talk about that thing that I'm struggling with, or that I'm, running into objections about. Awesome. So next Thursday, Bree will be running the Zoom, and we have a coach sneak peek that starts on Wednesday, and Sarah is going to be running it from back home, and then Kaylee and myself and Sandy and Megan, some of us will be dropping in and like posting or making videos, sharing the Success Club trip. So this is a great way to get people into there to showcase, what does it look like to work out with the fitness trainers, like live in person? Because we do these workout videos, but we actually get together and we see them. Or what does the Success Club trip look like? It's a coach perk to get to go on these trips, and they can even be completely free if you're achieving Success Club. So we'll show, what the team togetherness looks like, and the community, and the free trips. And it's kind of a nice little change on our usual sneak peeks. So I would definitely get people in there, because that'll get them pretty excited. And then after that, we are doing another new coach kickoff on May 15th. So there's a good just system to plug your new coaches into as they're coming in. You don't have to worry about doing it all yourself, which is nice. So, do you guys have any questions? Well, thanks for jumping on. Do you want me to post these pictures below the, okay.
Yeah, please.
All right, no problem. I'll probably just drop them into a Google Drive, and then you'll just have them all in one place. So I'll post that below, and yeah, if you guys don't have any other questions, then we'll cut it short. Okay?
I have a non-Zoom question if you want to stop recording.
Okay. Just a sec.